Yeah, check your boy's Twitter. Let's see here. Where are we? Bam. The return of the house show, baby. We posted this on Twitter. I'll probably do it pretty regularly, though. I feel like there's some good things to talk about. We may spread it over a couple of days, but I'll always ask for the wrestling fans that are here, what do you want to talk about here when we get to the house show? And we did get a couple of notes. I think the first one, obviously, is last night. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley has been set for the Royal Rumble, which is cool. And I guess it makes sense. I can't help but wonder, like, yo, what was the plan here? Because there was no way to set up before Roman went out. There was no way to set up Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. So they legit seem to just book this like out of nowhere. And I was, reading, I don't remember if it was Meltzer or what it was, but I was looking up something that said the plans for WrestleMania haven't changed. They haven't been impacted at all. And it sounds like the WrestleMania plans still center around Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And at first thought, I was like, yeah, that makes complete sense, given the fact like Roman and Brock have been the focal point of so much of what they've been doing. And then it was like, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all about to headline another WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns? Of course, this will be different with Brock playing the babyface role and Roman playing the heel. But I like the setup. I like Brock versus Bobby. I think that's probably bad news for Bobby Lashley, though. They're not going to do a champion versus champion thing at WrestleMania, are they? There's intrigue to that. Like I like it. There's something to it. If they do wind up doing that, and I think a good step for Brock Lesnar would be to beat Bobby Lashley. But I also don't think Brock can lose before, if it's Brock versus Roman at Mania. I don't think if it's Brock versus Roman at Mania, I don't think Brock can lose before he gets there. So I think there's a lot of interesting stuff. It's just fascinating that this wasn't even in the cards. This wasn't a plan at all. A couple of other notes. Shout out to our man Joe Decker. We were talking about this yesterday, but couldn't quite pinpoint the exact day. We knew it had to be somewhere around this time here. 23 years ago today was the famous line of that's going to put some butts in the seats. Of course, it was the night that Mick Foley won the WWF Championship against The Rock, the big Stone Cold pop with the chair shot and all of that. It was recorded a few days earlier, but it aired on this night. 23 years ago. And I always forget, in the midst of that'll put butts in the seats and Mankind winning the world title, that was also the finger poke of doom night. And like, man, you talk about two wrestling companies shifting in a major way. Dude, the finger poke of doom, you still look back and it lacks complete logic. And like, that's just such, like, I don't want to say that was the beginning of my lack of interest in WCW, because I feel like I had already started to lose a little bit of interest in it. But man, that was kind of the nail in the coffin. Like, what are y'all doing? That's a bad look right there. But whatever you want to. And Dr. David, I got your note on The Undertaker. I was actually watching an Undertaker match last night. I was watching the Boiler Room Brawl last night. We'll talk about The Undertaker tomorrow, but anytime you want to talk wrestling stuff, add that to the tweet over there at D'Lo and KC on Twitter.